Hello everyone, my name is Billy. I had a very awkward situation occur to me not too long ago when I seriously didn't know how to act or what to do, because I'm sure no one has experienced this before. Now, you'll know everything. I finally decided to tell you about her. But just one thing, promise not to share this, okay? Just listen to the end and you'll see. All in all, one time me and my friends decided to go for a walk. It was an awesome summer's day. The sun was so hot, it was impossible not to walk outside without sunglasses. I'm actually a known collector of those frames. I have an entire collection of different sunglasses. So me and the guys decided to go to the local pool to cool off. The water was just so refreshing. The time just flew by. But just as we were getting ready to leave, not too far from us sat a girl on a deck chair. Damn, you would not believe how beautiful she was sitting there with her black swimsuit. She had an amazing figure, gorgeous hair, and I personally noticed her nice sunglasses. Seems she was just laying there enjoying the sun without a worry, tanning and napping. The guys noticed where my attention was going and were urging me to go talk to her. I was hesitant because I wasn't ready. I first wanted to be in a better look without wet swimming trunks. But my cheeky friend went up to her, woke her up, and told her that she was a friend, that he had a friend who had been staring at her for a whole hour. She giggled and got up slightly. This was it. I couldn't run away now, so I decided to get up and go talk to her. She looked at me through my glasses. I flirted and gave her some compliments. They sounded so dumb. I remember telling her, cool swimsuit, being all dark and all. The guys were in hysterics. She was too. I understood that I was saying something foolish and I got self-conscious. Out of nowhere, she exclaimed, Erica. And I was like, what? She goes, I'm Erica. Nice to meet you. And I said, Billy. My name's Billy. I shook her precious hand and sat down beside her. Erica then laid back down in her deck chair and was trying to grab her water bottle. I quickly just gave it to her, and here she sparked up a conversation, for which I was glad. It's a good sign. I thought to myself, this has to mean that she's interested in me. We sat there like for that an hour, and the guys and I had to go. I asked for a number and she gave it to me, and I promised to call her. When I got home, my parents told me that we had to go away for a week to visit my grandmother because of her anniversary. This was not what I had in mind because I want to take Erica out on a date soon. But this trip will ruin those chances. I didn't want to disturb her and invite her on the trip. However, for the time being, I had her number. We had left the following day, but later that night decided to call her. After a few lingering beeps, I heard the subtle voice of Erica, and my heart trembled. We said hello and started talking. It lasted like 2 hours. It was so interesting to talk to her that I lost track of time. Mom distracted me, calling me for dinner. We talked like that for a whole week, and I promised to meet her when I returned. On the last day we talked, she told me, damn it, I need to tell you something important. But at that moment, my mom bothered me again that I had to drive grandma to relatives. I hurried and promised we'd finish our conversation when I get back. I was happy that I found a girl of my dreams and even managed to tell my mom about it on the way. Already on the next day, I texted her that I'd pick her up at 6 p.m. and, well, go for dinner. She said, with pleasure. I got her with a great mood and told her to come out. Erica asked me to meet her at the door. As soon as I knocked, she came out. She was standing there with a beautiful dress with sunglasses. I was surprised. It was dark out. Why'd she need sunglasses? She said hi, and out of the corner got some kind of a stick. Oh no. She started to tap it at the ground and said, now we can go. Can you imagine my reaction? Erica was blind. I was shocked. I couldn't even say anything. I took her under my hand and we went to the car. For those few meters, I didn't utter a word. But when we both sat in the car, she made a deep breath and said that that's what she wanted us to talk about. I couldn't find the words. I was lost and told her everything was okay. And then we drove to the restaurant soon after. When we got there, everyone either looked at us in surprise or in curiosity. But I just didn't understand what to do next. The entire evening, she was making most of the conversation, and I was just saying yes or no like an idiot. Then she said that if this bothers me, then we don't have to meet anymore. Don't worry, this is fine, I'm used to it. I immediately started to reassure her, apologized, and asked for some time to digest the information. I told her that she is very wonderful and simply incredible. She smiled. On the way home, Erica told me that she was born with poor vision and that it slowly deteriorated and no operations or surgeries could help me. "I'll be like this forever," she said. They sounded like a self-condemnation. I took her home and didn't know how to feel. Soon I felt so sorry for her that I kissed her. Even I didn't expect this for myself. And that's how we started dating. My friends told me I should break up with her before it's too late because it would be complicated, and they emphasized that I was too fast and gave her the false hope of a relationship. I know I messed up, but how do I get out of this? I'd feel guilty breaking up with her now. We dated for like a month, and every time I behaved like a donkey. When there was nothing to talk about, I asked if she had seen a series or film of some name, and then mentally punished myself. One time I even mistakenly asked her to read the menu and scolded myself again. Even the waiters laughed at me. Erica was understanding, but every date she got more and more clingy, and I was the opposite. I was distancing myself. I called her more rarely, just texted and picked her up, and she was clinging to me like the last breath of air. I really didn't like this, but I couldn't think of anything to break up with her. One time I drove to her, and we just sat there in the car. Erica felt like that I wanted to talk to her about breaking up. That's why she didn't stop talking. And then suddenly I said, "We need to talk." At this point, she simply burst out crying, as though someone had hit her. I became uncomfortable and tried to calm her down, and she started screaming like a madman. "You know, don't need a blind girlfriend. I knew it. You should have broken up with me sooner. You should have finished listening to our talk on the phone." After these words, I was lost and tried to calm her down, lying that she misunderstood me, that I actually wanted to invite her to party with my friends. And only then did she calm down and apologized. We parted ways, and soon I took her to the party as promised. We came to a pool party with a bunch of people. There were other attractive girls there who looked at me like a weirdo and at her with pity. She simply smiled at everyone, not knowing how they looked at her. We wanted to swim, and Erica told me to help her, to hold her in the water, to give her a drink, or to guide her to the bathroom, or to give her food. I felt like a nurse, and everyone laughed at me. I knew that I couldn't take this very long, so I dropped her off and went home. Mom asked me why I was upset. I told her the whole story. She calmed me down and gave me some advice. "This was your choice. You made it not thinking about the consequences. If you weren't ready, you shouldn't have given her false hope. If you're still not ready to accept her, then you should tell her about it." But I also mentioned that Erica is using her blindness to manipulate me. Then Mom told me that I should talk to her thoroughly. Relationships that are built on pity are destined to fail, so it's better to end them sooner rather than later. So it'll be less painful, Mom added. And I thought about this. I again came to Erica's and I asked her to come out. She started crying again, and I apologized and told her how I felt, and then asked to forgive me. Her look changed and told me that she knew all along, but simply wanted me to finally be honest. Surprisingly, we broke up without any drama, and I felt better about this. I left and we never spoke again. I simply wasn't ready for a relationship like that. What do you guys think? Did I do the right thing? If you liked the video, then please leave a like and comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe.